Welcome back to a new post today. Sociologists like Emile Durkheim, Auguste Comte and Herbert Spencer have considered the pioneers of positivist approach, which looks at sociology as a science. Now, why is sociology being called a science? Though it's not concerned with the study of biology, physics or chemistry. So other figures who are in this list include Max Weber, later the Chicago School sociologists as well, such as Max Weber and also Radcliffe Brown and Malinowski as well. They all considered sociology as a science, and they said that there can be a scientific study and methodology for society and also human behavior. They went on to consider the scientific basis of sociology, and they focused on different methods. Like for Weber focused on the interpretative understanding, these sociologists aim to use systematic objective methods to study social phenomena similar to as we do in natural sciences. Auguste Comte, as I told you, is the father of sociology. He is the founder of sociology and he coined the term sociology as well, and he advocated for a positive science approach on observation, experimentation and comparison to discover what are the laws of the society. But yes, what exactly does it mean to say that sociology is considered as a science? Now this is so because sociologists think that they can use systematic, empirical and not subjective methods like case studies, surveys, interviews to study society and also social behavior along with social structures. However, it is very distinct from natural science, as I told you, due to complex and subjective nature of the human behavior, which limits its designation as a pure science. And this makes large-scale experimentation very difficult as well. Also, there is no possibility of creating near universal predictive laws because every individual behavior is different and they have their own values and rules, principles that they follow, which makes their behavior very different compared to others. They have their own subjective feelings. So why is sociology considered a science? Now, it uses systematic methodology and an organized approach to collect data and also analyze data. It relies on observable, measurable facts to study social phenomena, just not abstract ideas. That means it uses empirical evidence. It develops theories to study social pattern and relationship like other sciences. That means it depends on theory development. Apart from that, sociologists seek to identify the cause and effect of relationships in a social context like link between family, disorganization, divorce. So it studies the cause and the effect mechanism as well. It uses objective analysis in research, and though this is deemed debated regarding the role of sociologists' own values in influencing them, there are certain challenges which limit sociology to be a pure science. What are they? Difficulty in experimentation. Unlike natural sciences, it is not feasible and it violates the ethical principles and also the privacy of doing controlled experiments on human subjects on the lab setting. It is the complexity of the human behavior that is very subjective and varies from one individual to another that makes it not applicable to be a pure science where there can be universal applicability. And apart from that, there is the value-free debate also, which some argue that because social research is a human activity influenced by values, the subject matter itself is based on values and therefore it can never be completely value-free. And the last one is that some critics argue that sociologists has been produced the same kind of repetitive, predictable laws as natural sciences, and therefore reproducibility is one of the issue as well, the challenge as well. So this is a brief summary of why sociology is being called a science and what are the thoughts which debate and say that sociology is not a science. We've just we have just looked at it briefly in the challenges that pose to treat sociology as a pure science. We have also looked at the thinkers. Now you can dwell deeply on what the thinkers really say and what are the arguments that they have placed to prove that sociology is a science. So with this, if you did, please do like, share and subscribe, and don't forget to follow me for tomorrow's topic again, and until then, happy learning.